Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Well, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us today. I'm Justine Stewart.
And I'm Louis Stewart. Hopefully having a great start to your Tuesday. Cold yesterday, Justine.
Yeah,
cold again
today.
This morning. At least, though, yesterday we were able to get out a little bit. If you bundle up with the sunshine, the winds were blowing.
It's not so bad.
It's not bad. So you're able to get out. Same exact thing again for today. Tonight, though, we're going to bring in more snow showers.
Winter's back.
Yeah, we have that to look forward to coming up later on this evening. Today, though, much like yesterday, a lot of sunshine overhead and temperatures slightly warmer. However, with that so cold this morning, single digits and below zero, it's going to be hard for these temperatures to warm up, and it's going to take a long time to even get to these numbers right here. So 28 Missoula, 29 Kalispell, 31 Hamilton, 29 in Polson. Sunny skies overhead. Places like Kalispell and Polson, though, you're going to see more cloud cover by the afternoon time, and that's as that next system's moving in, bringing us more snow. So here's your forecast headlines. Like I mentioned, quiet today, sunny with temperatures in the 20s and 30s. First system, snow Wednesday into Thursday morning. Then with the second system, that's going to move in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with snow and rain on Friday and Saturday, then all snow on Sunday.
Two major housing developments proposed in western Montana. One in Seeley Lake, where a proposed 60-home subdivision is raising questions about taxes, as the development would be using resources in Missoula County while paying taxes in Powell County. This proposal is still in the early stages, and there are several major concerns, but one is the potential future residents of the proposed development that would be living in Powell County but using Seeley Lake and Missoula County for their everyday lives. As you can see here, the proposed subdivision practically falls on the border of Powell County and Missoula County. The development would sit roughly a quarter of a mile northeast of the Seeley Lake Airport. The big question on many Seeley Lake residents' minds are how can they work with Powell County to share expenses of the possibly 60 new families moving into the area?
Well, certainly there would be economic advantages if everybody shares in the cost. So we have to work out a way where everybody pays their fair share for trash, police, fire, etc. That may be one of our biggest obstacles. Like I said, right now there's probably more questions than there are answers.
And some other residents are concerned that the developer's plans to build higher-end homes. They say what Seeley Lake really needs is affordable housing. Meanwhile, the city of Kalispell is looking towards future growth with projects ranging from the core area project to the downtown plan. Another area where Kalispell is seeing growth, where there is also a need, is family housing developments. The planning board will meet this week to send a recommendation about a new development to City Council to vote on in March. MTN's Jack Ginsburg takes a look at the plan.
On Tuesday night, the City Planning Board will deliberate over a proposal for a 324-unit housing development project. Now, the housing development project would go right here on this lot on 2 Mile Drive. And the plans were submitted to the board in December, and since then, the community has voiced their concern.
I don't want a low-income monstrosity that they're proposing in my backyard. That's it.
Jared Nygren, the city's senior planner, says they have heard a lot of public comments since the plan was presented in December. Nearby community members have raised concerns ranging from pedestrian access to potential flooding. This prompted the planning board to direct staff to work with the developer to get a better understanding of how the new project would impact the community before making a final recommendation.
You know, get some more traffic information, some more stormwater information, prior to proceeding.
Although the city has worked with the developer to get all the information requested, Nygren says there is still no guarantee that the recommendation will be given Tuesday night.
Depending on whether they think they've obtained all the information that they requested, if they don't feel like they've gotten all the information they need to make a decision, then they likely will continue it again to the March Planning Board meeting.
Nygren also added that with the city at 0% vacancy, any housing projects like this can be a benefit.
We are trying to look for providing additional housing options, whether it's multifamily, single family. We've done a lot to provide for those types of uses and look forward to getting more of those projects in the future.
After the City Planning Board deliberates, it will go to City Council for them to decide whether 2 Mile Drive sees a new housing development in the near future. Jack Ginsburg, MTN News, Kalispell.
For many nonprofits and service providers throughout the state, it is still unknown just how much they will be affected by state budget cuts. But for one Missoula nonprofit, they have already been drastic and they look to only get worse. MTN's Don Fisher goes on special assignment with the story of one man whose life may forever change because of these cuts.
I think it'll be pretty frightening to think that everything's going to end and I might have nowhere else to go.
For Barkley Nickel, the future is more uncertain than ever, and he's been through a lot. Barkley lives with a variety of developmental disabilities, but that doesn't stop him from being a productive member of the Missoula community.
I am a janitor at the Missoula Smoke Jumper Center. I'm also on the board of directors for Opportunity Resources. I am actually the board secretary.
But he needed help to get here. About 10 years ago, Barkley got involved with Opportunity Resources, a nonprofit that was founded over 60 years ago by a group of parents that were looking for services for their kids with disabilities. Today, they serve about 800 adults with disabilities in the Missoula Valley, along with an additional 800 with case managers throughout western Montana. Through Opportunity's extended employment program, clients like Barkley are able to find work and thrive, but that could all soon change.
The extended employment program may run out of money before the end of the month. So what that would mean for us, what that would mean for them, is that they could be losing their supports in the community, which means community employers are going to be losing excellent employees throughout the community.
If the cuts come through and are finalized, about 30 case managers could be out of work, including dozens of other clients which Opportunity Resources serves.
That means individuals in those smaller communities are going to be on state case manager caseloads. What we're being told is those caseloads will be at least 60 people. What they used to be is 30. So it'll be a large impact of those people, because whether it's a state case manager or a private case manager, to have a caseload of 60, the service is going to be very different than it is today.
Different for people like Barkley. Even before these cuts, which could be happening as soon as April 1st, organizations like Opportunity Resources have already felt the pinch. Direct support professionals who make home visits for things like meal prep are losing wages and hours, making it more difficult for them to fulfill their work. Vocational services have seen a 20% cut, and a program that works in schools to help kids find jobs in the community has lost 45% of their funding. For Kendrick, who has been with the company for 20 years, it's uncharted territory.
We're seeing unprecedented times. I don't think Opportunity Resources in the last 60 years has ever seen times like this. We're a strong organization. We will make it through this. But the sad part is that adults with disabilities in the Missoula community across western Montana are going to feel the impacts.
Where do you think you would be without Opportunity Resources?
Maybe on the streets. I don't know.
On special assignment, Don Fisher, MTN News, Missoula.
And Kendrick has been back and forth to Helena in an effort to work out a way to save the program, to no avail. To learn more or find out how you can help, you can find a link on our website at KPAX.com. Time to send on over to Lewis now this morning. He's got your forecast.
All right, thank you, Justine. Good morning, everyone. Just want to bring you up to date on what we have going on. This is on the Rocky Mountain front here, but a blizzard warning is in place through 8 p.m. This evening, and this is just because of some really strong winds. So winds gusting up to 70 miles per hour through 8 p.m. tonight will create really extreme driving conditions along with blowing snow, whiteout conditions. Sometimes driving will be very difficult, if not impossible. This includes Browning, Hart Butte, and over Marias Pass. So just keep this in mind if you have plans on traveling in this area for today, as it will be very, very difficult at times. Temperatures very cold right now. 5 Missoula, 9 Hamilton, 6 Polson, 0 right now in Kalispell, 5 Phillipsburg. We're at 4 in Sula, 9 Hamilton, 6 St. Regis, 8 waking up this morning in Thompson Falls. Let's go ahead and talk about your Hamilton hour-by-hour forecast. Beautiful backdrop photo sent in to us by Shiloh yesterday. Blue skies. This is going to be the same sort of thing for today, but cold in Hamilton. We'll be at 1 by 8 a.m., 6 by 10 a.m. Then we'll get up to a high of around 28 by 4 p.m. Then Kalispell hour-by-hour forecast. What a beautiful photo sent in to us by Terry yesterday. Terry, thank you so much for this great picture. It's going to be cold in northwestern Montana as well. Notice though the afternoon, the clouds are going to start to increase, and that's in front of our next system that's going to bring the snow showers in tonight. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about this. We'll time this out using our future track snowfall total to talk about how much snow we are expecting. Notice no snow today. Snow begins to accumulate very early tomorrow morning. We stop this Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. Then it just continues to slide off to the south. Again, heaviest snow for the valleys will be in northwestern Montana, where we have the darker shades of white and the pink. Lesser amounts for the valley of west central southwest Montana. So central Idaho could pick up 2 to 5 inches of snow. Mountain passes, Lookout, Lolo, Marias Pass 5 to 10 inches. Northwestern Montana valleys could pick up 2 to 5 inches of snow, and then the west central southwestern Montana valleys just a trace to 2 inches of snow by Thursday morning. 7-day forecast for Missoula: 36 with some snow today, 32 Thursday, 37 with a rain-snow mix on Friday. Kalispell 29 today, 33 in snow tomorrow, then 29 on Thursday. In Hamilton, 31 today, light snow showers tomorrow, and we continue that active weather through the weekend.
All right, well, thanks, Lewis, and make sure you do stick around. We'll be back after this, but first, here are some birthday shout-outs for you this morning.